Hi guys, I hope you're all okay and you've been having a fantastic week of journaling and finding inspiration, and that you're really rocking and rolling with your journals. And I hope that you've you took something from last week, and you've been able to find just different things in amongst your day that you've been able to incorporate into your journals, either by writing or painting or something like that. And so I thought I'd be back with you again today in a sort of a similar way. So finding so you can see what's going on around me and how I found my inspiration to journal about. And I hope that's something that you're finding interesting. I'm actually really enjoying doing this with you. It's kind of helping me to look at things as well. So we're having some unseasonably hot weather. Well, it's England, it's always hit and miss here in England, but at the moment it's really warm, and we've got a really warm spell hopefully going on for quite a while. Sorry, I've got to say this is kind of in the same style as last week, handheld vloggy style, because it's all about real life and finding inspiration from your real life. And so it's been warm, but it's been very changeable weather, and I'm upstairs in my spare bedroom, and I want to kind of show you out the window. So here we go, let's draw back the curtains. If you watch my vlogs on my other channel, then you will have seen the view outside of my window quite a lot. So this is my garden from the aerial view, and for those of you that don't know, I have a lake right at the very back of the house there. The lake actually spans from round there. It's like at the end of my road where all those trees are, there's a wooded area. So the lake actually spans from sort of there all the way round, and it's like the lake goes around the village, so wherever you are in the village you're never too far from the lake. Anyway, let me zoom in just to show you the lake. There you go, there's the lake today. It's beautiful blue skies hitting the lake at the moment. The problem in this time of year is that all the people's shrubs and stuff in their gardens is all grown up, so we don't have as good a view as we do the rest of the time of, in the winter and stuff, but it's looking beautiful today. So stepping back from the lake and we're going upwards, just look at the sky, look at it, gorgeous. You've got from down the bottom here, you've got a nice pale blue, up to here with beautiful royal blue, absolutely stunning. Look at all those big white fluffy clouds, absolutely beautiful. And then over there we've got some grey clouds, absolutely stunning today. I love the weather and the clouds. And over there we've got grey clouds, and it keeps going backwards and forwards from one minute being really sunny, the next minute having a just blue sky, and then having clouds in the sky. So the weather today is very, very changeable. And so with the weather being changeable and the clouds and the sun poking out and stuff like that, kind of got me to thinking, I could journal about that. And you guys said that you wanted a cloud tutorial, so I think we should do clouds in journals today. Or at least I'm going to do clouds in journals today, but you'll be journaling about whatever's going on around you. If you're stuck for any inspiration today and you just want to do the same journal page that I've done, then that's absolutely fine. Or if you just want to practice clouds, that's absolutely fine. But try and think about what's out there around you as well. So I think we should set up the painting stuff and go paint. Right then guys, first thing you need to do is get a piece of card, any card will do, and a pair of scissors, and just cut out a very loosely based cloud shape. Just a load of peaks and troughs, curvy, just like I'm doing there really. Doesn't really have to be very precise or anything. You just want a very loose cloud shape. And I'm going to do a picture of a sun in amongst the clouds. So I'm just cutting out a template to mask off for where I want my sun to be, and I'm just kind of taping that down with a bit of washi tape so that it doesn't move while I'm busy doing stuff. And I've just got a selection of different coloured ink pads and a makeup sponge. My ink pads are drying out a bit in the sun though. And as you can see, I'm just taking a little bit of the ink and I'm just going over the cloud template. I'm starting at the base with the ink and then I'm just dragging it upwards so that the ink is more intense at the bottom and then it gets lighter as I go upwards. I started off with a really dark colour at the top, which I didn't really like, but you know, I'd been there and done it, so couldn't really go back. And I was having a bit of a problem with my sun, and then actually I decided to change how I was going to draw the sun, so that's why I'm just folding up the sun template there. So just using a bit of my fingers there just to go in amongst where I couldn't quite get in with the brush, with the sponge. As I said, it was hot outside and my ink pads did keep drying out. I had to go and wet some of my ink pads down again. But yeah, so once I've done that, as you can see, the ink colouring is a lot better. So yeah, just going all over the page, random, very random with the template and turning it this way and that way, you know, backwards and forwards, so to kind of randomise the pattern a little bit so that I don't have all the clouds, you know, exactly the same. And then just filling in the gaps with a little bit more ink. And as you can see, I took my sun template out, so I've got a nice white space where the sun is going to be, and I just started painting it with acrylics. I'm using Buff Titanium. I couldn't think of the colour then. Buff Titanium to give it sort of a little, like a fresh skin look, and then going over it with a watery yellow, and not going over the entire face with the yellow, just sort of leaving the centre with the Buff Titanium, and then going around the outside with an orange, again quite watery, and trying to blend the orange inwards towards the sun a little bit more. And then I just used a little bit of gesso around the bottom of the sun, kind of dabbing it on with my brush to kind of give it a little bit look like clouds, to try and look like the sun was actually resting or in the clouds, or you know, it was kind of puffy around. And then just taking a bit of a pink to do some cheeks, because all of my characters have big pink cheeks. I just can't do it without pink cheeks. Next it's time for drawing on the features. I'm just using black acrylic for this. I decided to do sort of like a kawaii kind of look to the sun, and eyes closed as if he's sleeping. Next up is the journaling. I'm just taking my Posca paint pen in black and just doing a bit of a title there, and then just use a black pen just to journal on the rest of the page. I'd finished writing everything that I wanted to write, and there was this massive gap at the bottom, and I have some washi tape with some clouds on, and I just kind of thought, yeah, let's do a bit of washi tape on the bottom just to fill that space in. And you know, what page is complete without a bit of washi tape is what I say. Oh, guys, it got to the point actually sitting out in the garden, it was actually too hot, and it's really deceiving today because one minute it's cloudy and cool, and the next minute the clouds go and it is so hot. hot. So I just did the one page fairly quickly actually, because I just didn't want to sit out in the garden anymore. I know I could come in and do it, finish it off, but that would mean kind of packing everything up, and I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to finish it. So hopefully that's shown you how I kind of today, saw the clouds, so I knew I wanted to do clouds, and I knew that at some point that I wanted to do that that cloud tutorial for you. So that was a good kind of combination, it being cloudy and doing the cloud tutorial. But then with the sun kept coming in and out all the time, to me it was almost like the sun had to keep having a little rest because he was working so hard. He had to have a little rest, so then he kind of went to have a bit of a sleep and snuggle down in some big white fluffy clouds. So that was just kind of like where I drew that inspiration from, and you know, how that came about. So I hope that was another sort of interesting insight for you. If nothing else, you've learnt how to do the cloud technique. The cloud technique was, I saw a picture on Pinterest. I didn't actually see how the clouds were created. I just saw this picture of clouds with the card cut out on an ink pad. So I kind of put two and two together and worked out how to do it myself. So if I've sort of stolen someone's ideas, then I'd really like to be able to credit who it was that did that. And you know, I don't want you guys to think that I've stolen someone's idea, because it's not, and I'd love to give credit to whoever came up with that idea, because it's not unique. I didn't come up with it. So there we go. I will be back next week with another kind of taking inspiration through to journal. So I hope you have a good week and you get lots of journaling in. If you're doing any of these kind of same things I'm doing, I'd love to be able to see. I'm on all social media, and I'm under Mrs. Brimbles on everything. I very rarely go on Facebook though, so bear that in mind. But I do occasionally post on there. Facebook is not my preferred social media platform, but I'm always on Instagram, and I do check my Twitter. So if you want to tag me, that would be cool. I would love to see what you're getting up to. So thanks for watching. See you next week. Bye.